Hi guys, I'm Luna. Oh my god, my hair looks black in the viewfinder. I assure you, it's purple. Anyway, I'm at midterms at university right now, so I have not had as much time to make you guys videos, but I had a pretty much just day, despite making some great accomplishments, actually. So I really just wanted to hang out with you guys a little bit and read to you a little bit because, some YouTubers, well, not even just YouTubers, people on social media, some always want to act like everything is sunshine and rainbows, and I really hate that phrase, but it's fitting. But anyway, it's not. It's not always wonderful. Things aren't always all great, but you kind of gotta just keep moving and keep trying the best you can. You gotta keep moving because the world is not going to stop for you, unfortunately. So if you don't keep moving, it's only going to get worse from that point right there. So hopefully, if you do keep moving, you will give yourself the opportunities and potential to have better days. Ah! Anyway, there's nothing I would rather do than spend time with you. Today, on Adult Bedtime Stories, we are reading You Are Badass by Jen Sincero because I don't know about you, but here in New York today, it was a little bit rainy and so was my life. So I need the reminder that I'm a badass. So I'm going to remind you too. We are starting part 2. How to embrace your inner badass. You badass you. And that's going to be chapter 6. Love the one you is, baby. Because that is all that you got. Even if it ain't all you got, it's all you can guarantee of keeping. Love the one you is. I really should be working on homework, but I just needed a little bit of time to wind down and breathe in a little bit. Inhale the good shit. Exhale the bullshit. How it is. So I was going to clean up a little bit before I continue my massive pile of homework. But I decided that I could make time to make you guys a video by reading you guys a shorter chapter from You Are a Badass. I know that Dr. Joe Dispenza's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself and Mark Booth's Secret History of the World are priority on Adult Bedtime Stories. And I also know that you guys are waiting for a video that is my more so normal, whatever my normal is now. But I know I've been waiting to make videos other than Adult Bedtime Stories. I have a list of different videos I want to make. One of them is about my channel's name change, basically the reason that happened, and how I don't like the name now. So if you guys want to help me think of a new name that is a little bit more, a little bit more, yeah, a little bit more some of that. Let me know in the comments, and maybe you will get to choose my channel's new name, where we're going in the future. Also, exciting news, just a little update since, I haven't gotten to hang out with you guys in a little bit. I am getting ready to get my next tattoo, finally. Tattoo therapy. It's been long awaited, and I can't decide what I want to get, though. Like, there are so many things that I want to get, have wanted to get, But I get very paranoid about using up different space on my body because that potentially takes away from being able to do other tattoos in the future, using up different body space. So I did want to finish my sleeve. You know, I have the half sleeve, and then I have my star here, and I have the what will be the end of the sleeve. So I just really have to get done over here. And I really want to finish that. But I am also actively auditioning for different theater productions at the moment. And the thing about tattoos is they can ruin your chances at getting a part. So I'm considering working on one of my legs next. I want to pretty much have something either wrapping up my leg or going up my leg, essentially. But yeah, so something coming from my ankle going up my calf. So if you guys have any super cool tattoo ideas, I know I go through Pinterest like crazy making boards of tattoos. Like, somebody take Pinterest away from me. It is cutting into my homework time. If you guys have any cool tattoo ideas, let me know that in the comments as well, because I got the money. Now I just need to pick from all of the massive options, you know? Help your girl out. And maybe you could have the pride and joy of knowing that you were the idea creator and decider of my next tattoo. Alright guys, I'm so happy to be making you guys a video. You don't even know. It makes my day so much better. So let's get into it. This is Adult Bedtime Stories with me, Luna. We're reading You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Because I know I need to be told that today. And we're starting part 2, How to Embrace Your Inner Badass. If we really love ourselves, everything in our life works. Louise Hay, author, publisher, the godmother of self-help, who was doing it way back when it still wasn't cool. I was hanging out at my brother Bobby's house one day, lying on the couch, watching his then 2-year-old son waddle around. At one point, someone knocked something off the coffee table, and my little nephew bent down to pick it up. Bobby turned to me and said, "Did you see that? The guy knows exactly how it's done. He bends at the knees, keeps his back straight, hips squared, stomach tight, flawless." Thrilled to have such a willing and skilled exhibit, Bobby then proceeded to spend the next couple of minutes dropping more things on the floor. A spoon, a TV remote, an empty can of beer, and my nephew in perfect form. I thought it was going to be like, and my nephew included in things he was dropping on the floor. If you recall, this is one of the books, well, the only book so far that we are reading that I am reading for the first time with you. And my nephew, in perfect form, continued to pick it all up as my brother kept up a running commentary on his posture, muscle usage, seriousness of manner, and the fact that my nephew was pulling it all off with great dignity, even though his diaper was sagging. It's incredible. The kid could flip over a car without straining his back. I can barely pull up my pants without having to be rushed to the hospital. Meh. When we're born, we have an instinctual understanding of some of the important basics of life. That includes, and goes way beyond, bending at our knees, instead of our lower backs to pick a beer can up off the floor. We're born knowing how to trust our instincts, how to breathe deeply, how to eat only when we're hungry, how to not care about what anyone thinks of our singing voices, dance moves, or hairdos. We know how to play, create, and love without holding back. Then as we grow and learn from the people around us, we replace many of these primal understandings with negative false beliefs, fear, shame, and self-doubt. Then we wind up in emotional and physical pain. Then we either numb our pain with drugs, sex, booze, TV, Cheetos, etc., or we settle for mediocrity. Or we rise to the occasion. Remember how truly mighty we are and set out to relearn everything we knew at the beginning all over again? It's like we're born with a big bag of money, more than enough to fund any dream of ours, and instead of following our instincts and our hearts, we invest in what other people believe we should invest in. Some people invest in believing they're too old to go out clubbing when they love nothing more than the boogie. Some invest in being tough and too cool for school when all they want is love and connection. Some invest in being ashamed of their sexuality instead of being their gloriously gay selves. As we continue to buy into these things that aren't even true for us, our inner fortunes dwindle away, and it isn't until we reconnect with who we truly are and start investing in what's true for us that we start to live rich, full, authentic lives. And while there are countless ways that we rip ourselves off, there's one way in particular that is, without a doubt, the most rampant and most devastating of all. We invest everything we've got in believing that we're not good enough. We arrive here as perfect little bundles of joy, and then set about the task of learning to unlove ourselves. How unbelievably ridiculous is that? Self-love, the simplest yet most powerful thing ever, flies right out the window when we start taking in outside information. I'm not talking about conceit or narcissism, because those things also come from fear and a lack of self-love. I'm talking about a deep connection with our highest selves and an unshakable ability to forgive our lowest. I'm talking about loving ourselves enough to let go of guilt, resentment, and criticism and embrace compassion, joy, and gratitude. When we're happy and all in love with ourselves, we can't be bothered with the bullshit, our own or other people's. Imagine what our world would be like if everyone loved themselves so much that they weren't threatened by other people's opinions or skin colors or sexual preferences or talents or education or possessions or lack of possessions or religious beliefs or customs or their general tendency to just be whoever the hell they are. Imagine how different your reality would be and the reality of everyone surrounding you. If you woke up every morning certain of your own lovability and your critically important role on this planet, and if you poo-pooed shame, guilt, self-doubt, and self-loathing, and allowed yourself to be, do, and have everything your little heart desired, that's the kind of world I want to live in. In the interest of perpetuating such radical, reality-altering self-love, here are some of the best ways you win yourself over again. 1. Appreciate how special you are. There will never be anyone exactly like you. You are given special gifts and talents to share with the world, and even though everybody has special gifts and talents, nobody will use theirs quite the same way you do. You have a way of being in the world and a perspective that's unique to you. You are the only one who thinks your thoughts the way you think them. You have created your own unique reality and are living your life according to your own unique path. You are the only you that will ever be. You're kind of a big deal. 2. Drown yourself in affirmations. Trust me, I wouldn't do this to you unless I had to, but affirmations work. You don't have to say them in the mirror. You don't have to hug yourself or buy a special rainbow journal with a locket on it to write them down in. But if you want to turn the ship around, you need to rewire your brain and train it to think differently. And this is what affirmations can do for you. As everybody's favorite book is Dr. Joe Dispenza's, maybe and Sincero's catching up after all. Figure out which affirmations you need to hear the most and repeat them all day long in your head, in the car, while you're walking down the street, pretending to be on the phone, underneath your breath in line at the DMV. Write them on Post-it notes and stick them around your house, on your mirrors, in your refrigerator, in your car. Write down your favorite affirmations 10 times every morning and 10 times every night before you go to bed and say them out loud. Here's some affirmations specific to self-love. Pick one or two that work for you and pummel yourself with them. I deserve and receive massive amounts of love every moment of every day. I am one with the universe. The universe is awesome, and so am I. My God. I feel like you guys are going to hate this, but I also feel like we all need some more self-love, so bear with me. My heart is open. Love pours in and out. I receive all the good that life has to offer me. I am brilliant, bright, and beautiful. I love how tall I am, and I love the size of my ass. I would like to read to you guys in a throne of my enemy's bones. That one is mine. Just kidding. Or whatever. If none of these work, come up with some that don't make you gag, but that strike a nerve with you. The more emotion you feel around what you're saying, the more power it will have to bring about positive change. And yes, at the beginning it may feel like you're lying to yourself, but the truth is you're living the lie. So the affirmations get you back to the truth. This can't be just rattling off nonsense. You have to feel it and want it and get worked up by it in order for it to work. I feel like that's the problem, is that most people want things. They can't seem to piece it together. Like they desperately want to feel better or do better or whatever. But they can't figure out how to get that desire to desire those things enough. Let me know if anybody is following what I'm saying here. But I know me personally, and we will talk about more in the future in other videos when I finally feel like I have a little bit more freedom to talk to you guys about different stuff. I know that I personally have felt that desire to desire. Let me know if you have any idea what this crazy person is going on about. Three, do things you love. When you constantly deny yourself the people, food, things, and experiences that make you feel the most alive, that sends a pretty lousy message home. Look at your life and see where you're letting yourself down. If you hear yourself saying things like, I love going out to see live music, I can't remember the last time I did it, make time. We're all busy, but it's the people who make enjoying their lives a priority who, enjoy their lives. Right now, there are thousands of people all over the world at yoga retreats overlooking the ocean, dancing their asses off at outdoor music festivals, or whooping it up on the Disney cruise of their dreams. Really listen to how you speak and pay attention to what you do, and make a conscious effort to increase your joy in whatever capacity you can. Now, I feel like the issue with the list that was just listed, because I know that I would love to go on a nice yoga retreat or a cruise as long as the boat doesn't sink. The issue, I think, for a lot of people is money, because I know that I would probably be in one of those places right now, maybe, or in the tattoo chair already if I had money to just spend like that. But I feel like a lot of people, and myself included, just don't. But that doesn't mean that you can't find little ways, more affordable ways, or maybe even free ways to call in the self-love. And you know what? That is actually something that is on my video list to make for you guys, are all of the different little ways that I promote self-love that seem to work and are not actually that money consuming, like yachts and things. And Disney's evil, so go on a different cruise. Just saying. Really listen to how you speak and pay attention to what you do, and make a conscious effort to increase your joy in whatever capacity you can. It can be anything from spending a weekday afternoon with a great friend, to quitting your hateful job, to buying a pair of completely impractical but completely awesome new shoes. to going on a surf vacation in Costa Rica. It's about being proactive, about creating a life you love instead of meekly living the one you think you're stuck with. Give yourself the gift of a joyous life while you're still among the living. Also, if you're the kind of person who puts everyone else's needs first, start putting yours up front. Those who are used to you being their personal assistant will still love you, even though they'll be somewhat grouchy about you not waiting on them hand and foot anymore. Buy a new pair of jeans, open a savings account, hire someone to do your dishes, make your kids clean out the cat box. You aren't a selfish person for taking care of yourself, just a happier one. Take care of yourself as if you're the most awesome person you've ever met. 4. Find a replacement. We've gotten so used to our negative knee-jerk reactions to ourselves that we never think to question them. We simply take them as the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But once we become aware of our thoughts, patterns, and behaviors, we can consciously change them. So start paying attention. What runs through your mind when you look in the mirror? What happens inside you when you see someone totally succeeding at something you'd love to do, but have never let yourself try? What do you think and feel when you walk up to a group of really good-looking and successful people? Or when you try your best to pull something off and you fail? Or when you get dumped by someone who is totally awesome and hot? Or when you walk around all day with your fly open? 7. Don't compare yourself to others. Have you ever done something that you're so proud of and feel all on top of the world about it until you see that someone else has done something similar that in your mind is better, and all of a sudden you feel sad? Comparison is the fastest way to take all the fun out of life. It's none of your business what other people are doing. All that matters is that you're enjoying yourself and pleased with what you're creating. It's precisely your uniqueness that makes you awesome. Deciding that someone else's uniqueness is better than your own isn't exactly being your own best buddy about things. Can you imagine what our world would be like if our biggest heroes succumbed to the perils of comparison? If Marilyn Monroe compared herself to Kate Moss and decided she needed to lose her curves? Or if the guys in Led Zeppelin compared themselves to Mozart? Dude, that guy's huge, way huger than we'll ever be, and he doesn't even have a drummer. I think we should get rid of ours and maybe add some harps while we're at it. You are more than enough. Avoid comparison like the plague or coronavirus. 8. Forgive yourself. Listen up. This one's extremely important. You have screwed up in the past. You will screw up again. Every human is born with the ability to make spectacular mistakes. You are not alone. Screwing up is not your special skill. Get over it. Dragging around guilt and self-criticism is beyond unhealthy, and it is utterly pointless, not to mention boring. You aren't a better person for feeling guilty or bad about yourself, just a sadder one. Some of us don't have the luxury of getting over it, which you guys will learn more about when this nightmare is over. But if you have the luxury to just get over mistakes you've made, or when you screwed up, or whatever, then move on. Please, for me, move on. Get clear on this one truth. Guilt, shame, and self-criticism are some of the most destructive forces in your life, which is why forgiving yourself is one of the most powerful. Here's an excellent way to do it. Think of a specific thing that you did that you feel badly about. Call it up in your mind and feel it in your body. Repeat the following over and over while thinking of it, and really feel what you're saying to yourself. Holding on to my bad feelings about this is doing nothing but harming me and everyone else and preventing me from enjoying my life fully. I am an awesome person. I choose to enjoy my life. I choose to let this go. Repeat this until you feel a sense of freedom and lightness around your issue. It may take a day or a week or several months, or it could happen right away. But however long it takes, do it, because if you want to be free, you have to put in the time. See chapter 15 for more tips on forgiveness and letting go. And if you need to apologize to someone, pick up the phone. So, depending on how urgent that is, more tips on forgiveness and letting go, we could read chapter 15 next. So let me know in the comments if you guys desperately need that, or if you just want Dr. Joe Dispenza back. 9. Love yourself, because it's the holy grail of happiness. And that is it for this adult bedtime stories, my loves. Next time we read You Are a Badass, we will be on chapter 7. I know you are, but what am I? And that may actually be the next video, depending on if I can prioritize a different video than adult bedtime stories or a longer adult bedtime story. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and cheering me up a little bit. If you're enjoying You Are Badass, or you just really needed to hear that you are a badass today, hit that thumbs up button for me, because I know that I did. Please also hit that subscribe button, because it makes my heart super happy, and it makes my day so much better to know that you guys are here hanging out with me. And ring that notification bell, because I don't have an upload schedule. Don't forget to comment. if you have an idea for a new name for the channel or what you think I should get for my next tattoo. Thank you so much, my babies. See you next time. Right now, this is still Luna.Enchanted. May all your hopes and dreams come true. Be kind to other people, but also remember to give yourself all of the self-love. Just all of the self-love. And forgive yourself if you have that luxury, because I feel like most of you do. So get over it, please, for me. See you next time, loves. Bye.